Hello, welcome. I've been really drawn to do this video today. This is a love reading for you if you are asking about a specific person, okay? It's if you're in connection with somebody. It can be an ex, it can be a current person, but it's about a specific person, okay? I'm going to call in some energies, I'm going to ask some questions, I'm going to see what comes up, we're going to channel. This is for all signs. If you're here, there'll be a message for you about your specific person, okay? Are we ready? We're joined by my cat Valentine, by the way. Here she is, having a wash. She's getting ready. Who knows? Maybe it's about ginger nuts, her specific person. She does have a very specific tomcat out the back. Okay, what do we need to know? Let's, first of all, ask about the current situation, okay? Now, this is a general read. It won't resonate with everybody, but if it is your story, if it really catches your eye, there will be an extended version of this as well, and that is in the description box below, the link for that, okay? In the extended, we take the cards that we get and all the messages that we get, and we go digging further, okay? We have some fun. We get weird, we go channeling, we do all sorts, but we're not there yet. Okay, present. I'm going to take 3 cards for the present. And I'll just switch to the second camera so you can see them as well. Oh my lordy good. What can I say? I can see why I needed to do this reading for you today. Okay, gather round. And let's get on down and see those 3 cards. Cripes, people. We got 3 cards in the reverse. You are in a very, this is the present, this is the situation you find this reading in, okay? I'm going to start, first of all, with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Something has shaken the foundation of this. It's not solid. There's something like when you get the Ace of Pentacles, there is an idea that something is solid, it's, you know, slow moving, slow growing, but permanent, it's got roots, all of those things. And we have it tipped up. So either something was solid or there was something, it was growing, it's like someone just literally dug it up. You know when you're not very good at gardening, and I'm the one who's not good at gardening, and you're just kind of flinging things around, ripping up roots, trying to repot things, you don't really know what you're doing. That's your Ace of Pentacles, okay? These two with the Ace of Pentacles, oh my God. We've got the Fool in reverse and we've got Judgment. Now, the Fool in reverse is the start of the tarot journey. It's the start of everyone's journey. So it's the start of your journey with this specific person. It's where you're at now, okay? When you get the Fool in reverse, honestly, it's fear. This is fear. Someone has a lot, well, I don't know if it's a lot actually, a significant amount of fear. I always think about this wildlife program I watched, which was this mum trying to teach her baby chicks how to fly. I mean, just don't ever watch it because it's, I don't know, I'm a little bit funny like that. I can get really funny on wildlife programs if bad things happen. And she's kind of, you know, some of them are just like, yeah, let's go, come on, woohoo, everyone follow me. And then it just flies off. And then other ones are clinging to the branch and she just kind of gives them a boot. Like, off you go, son. Sink or swim, do you know what I mean? And it's that feeling of clinging to the branch is what this Fool card is. Okay, so there is an element here of something or someone clinging to the branch. Now, also when the Fool card is in reverse, the universe is saying to you, look around you. Get the details. What is happening for you at the moment? Okay, what are you experiencing? How are you feeling intuitively? Because the Fool is like kind of teenage energy where they're just, Yeah, fly by the seat of my pants. I take it how it comes, whatevs. If you're feeling tentative, if you're feeling you don't even know what you're feeling, you need to check in with yourself about where you're at, okay? You may be dealing with a person here who is in fear about going forward, but do you know what? Also, you may be in fear about going forward too. And sometimes, especially when we're really hung up on someone or we really want someone or whatever that energy is, we feel that we don't have the fear of going forward, that only the other person does, okay? It's very rare that it's only one person. You may feel like swamped by feelings or really want to hear from this person or really want it to move forward. But there's still something holding you back when the Fool is in reverse, and it's worth looking at. Why am I here? How do I feel? How do I feel when I'm with this person? How do I feel about this latest development? Don't ignore your own feelings and your own fear. And then we have Judgment in reverse. Woof! Judgment in reverse. OMG. Okay, when we have Judgment in reverse, it's always a card of resurrection. It's a card of Back to the Future. It's a card of karma, okay? So there's a whole load of karma around this particular connection. When you get Judgment in reverse, you almost have a feeling that you're stuck with this person whether you like it or not. And I don't mean that in an entirely negative way. I mean it's like threads of karmic connection. It can be, for a lot of you, a feeling of past life, a feeling of we've known each other before, and a feeling of home. This has come up a bit in some random love readings. Sometimes this can happen with no reason, like you haven't even got that much in common, you're not from the same place, you're not even the same age, whatever. But you have a feeling of home with this person, they have a feeling of home with you. And yet, at the same time as having this feeling of home, it's an insecure situation. It's a situation where things are not solid in the way that you would want them to be solid. And you want to know why, okay? Judgment also calls into time periods of retrograde, such as Mercury retrograde, which we have coming up around the 9th or 10th of September. So look out for that with developments. We'll have a look more in this reading as well. Look out for that with developments with your specific person, okay? Because, I don't know, I just feel like it might be a thing. I want to use, weirdly, a different deck. Okay, itchy nose. I've got my Light Seers Tarot, got my itchy nose. Always a good thing if I've got an itchy nose, people. So this is where we're at. What's our most significant thing that we need to know about this? Okay. About this little where we're at, okay? I just want some extra info is what I'm asking for. Universe, what do we need to know? Ooh, about where we're at. What do we need to know about where we're at? Yes, okay. 2 sevens as well. So, if we look at these, we've got the 2 of Swords, we've got the 7 of Cups in reverse, and the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. I quite like this, actually. When you get the 2 of Swords, there is a feeling of, why am I stuck here? Why am I in this? Why is it tangly? Why can't I get to where I want to be? Where's the communication? Why are there all these threads around and birds flying around my head and messages and thoughts that change and everything conspires to confuse me? Like I have a blindfold on. That's your Two of Swords. You always get a person with a blindfold on. And I think the birds are almost like tying the blindfold here. Oh, wrong camera, sorry. The birds are like tying the blindfold. You can't see, and the person you're dealing with here can't see something that you need to see. Now again, like most things, this could go back to mid-May when we had a lunar eclipse in Scorpio for some of you. But more importantly, with the Two of Swords, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to see it yet. You're not supposed to know which way to go next. The path, sometimes with the Two of Swords, it's like you have two swords crossed. The path that you're looking for is not really laid yet. And this is the weird thing with the Two of Swords. You are suspended for a reason. It's like the equivalent of the Hanged Man card. You're suspended for a reason. So know that when you are suspended for a reason, the universe wants you to notice things. And also divine timing is at play. Seven of Cups in the reverse. Very, very interesting. I like this actually. Especially on top of the Fool in reverse. It's reality. It's a reality check. It's feeling like you want to know the truth about something, that you don't want to be under false pretenses, that you don't want to be kidding yourself or kidding someone else, that you won't be led along, that you're not interested in fantasy scenarios and you won't be future talked. You know, there's a sense of things shaking down to something very real, which is going to be beneficial for you in the long term. We then have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. That's like the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You and this person have not set down roots yet. You haven't set down roots. Why not? Why not? We're getting up close and personal with the tarot today. Why not? Ooh, interesting. That starts to make it a bit more clear. Okay, let's put these up here. See if I can get it straight. What a tangled web we weave. Okay, this is complicated. The situation is complex. We've got the King of Cups here, first of all. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. And the energy of somebody who is dipping their feet in the water of emotions. Can you see that? That the King of Cups dips his feet in the water. So you could be dealing here with a Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio. Or indeed, you could be one yourself, okay? But importantly, divine masculine energy here, or the energy of the feels, comes into play. I like this. I like this energy. So the person that you're dealing with knows themselves quite well. They know their heart quite well. Whether they can express this, whether they're in a position to do so is another thing, but they know at this point their heart quite well. Then we have justice in the reverse. I talk about this a lot on my daily channel, on the daily readings on the channel. And justice in reverse, oh God, sometimes it's just, you know, no one said life was going to be fair. It's that card. Sometimes you go through periods where the wind is not behind you on something, on anything sometimes, you know, when you feel that energy of like, God, I can't even get arrested, you know, it's that whole sort of, what fresh hell is this? You notice there are other areas in your life that you're kind of not moving on with. We need to accept this energy when it's here, because I also think that sometimes justice in reverse is part of something we don't know about. It's part of divine timing. As humans, we don't have a bird's eye view, really. We're kind of in the life, stumbling most of the time, crawling around, sometimes walking with our head held high, you know, whatever. We're just putting one foot in front of the other as much as we can. And the universe is doing its thing. And it just feels like it's a period of time where it's not going to make it easy for you. But it has its reasons. So if you're asking, why is this difficult? Why does this seem so unusually difficult when it should seem so easy? I'm sure that that's a question a lot of you are asking, because I'm getting that question to me. I'm feeling it, okay? It feels like the universe is asking you to play with the energies of disappointment. And I know that sounds like mad. You're like, oh, brilliant, Gemma. Yeah, I'll go get myself a glass of wine, slip the old jammies on, you know, and have an evening where I play with the energies of disappointment. I can hardly wait. Oh, sorry, that's the last 3 months. Do you know what I mean? But I don't mean just kind of wallow in the general disappointment of your life or of this particular situation. I don't mean that, although we could all do that. But what I do mean is be curious about it. Be curious about your situation in terms of the good and what you don't like, okay? Because the next card we have here is Temperance. Temperance always has these like goblets, and she's always got the water going. And look, this is very interesting, because I feel like this, yeah, she's dipping her toe in the water. He's dipping his toe in the water. You're at a point in this, no matter how long you've known this person, where there are so many karmic layers to this that you are still dipping your toes in the water. I know, and you get that feeling like, oh my God, really? Still? Oh my God. Okay. Let's put these here. And I'm just going to ask, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? I'm curious. Which deck? What do we need to know right now? Oh, that's good. What do we need to know? Oh, gosh. Woo! Okay, 3 cards, Lightseer's Tarot. Here's what you need to know. This will change. Especially for you if you're really up against it with this. You know, all jokes aside, some of you may be in a real, I mean, this is in reverse, which is great. But let's just look at this card, you know. It's not looking like the happiest of nights when you get this card. You know, it's often in the Rider-Waite, there are 9 swords above the person's head, and they've got their head in their hands in bed. It's the 4 a.m. card. Jealousy, looking at their social media, doubting yourself, doubting the whole situation, hating everything, negativity, the feeling of impending doom. You know, it's 9 of Swords. You're like, oh, When it's in reverse, it's a nice message. When we ask the tarot, what do we need to know? And it delivers to you the blessed Nine of Swords in reverse. Say thank you. I mean, it's nice. Nine of Swords in reverse is there will be a let up in this anxiety. Now, of course, you can contribute to that yourself, because you can, you know, we had the Temperance card and it said to play with the energies. You can be, it's honestly an absolute revelation that curiosity, or I suppose we could call it being open-minded about something, or even if you can't do any of that, just saying to yourself, I don't know everything there is to know here. You know, because often this Nine of Swords comes along when you feel like that's it, it's done, it's never going to be this, it's never going to be that. It's this whole, well, I've done this before, or I've seen it before, or, you know, whatever it is. But it feels like the universe wants you to just have that chink in your armour. It feels like this current knot of anxiety will loosen. It will lift. And I'm in my own head here. I'm just asking when. And I get September. So look, we have a full moon in Pisces in September on the 10th-ish. And Mercury goes retrograde around the same time. I like the energy of those two things happening together. I think it's quite magical. So expect a reprieve between now and then, which is still a while, because it's like, that's about 20 days, isn't it? Or so, 3 weeks. It's about 3 weeks. You don't have to spend the whole 3 weeks in a weeping and gnashing of teeth here. But there's just the opportunity to play with the energies and to not, I don't like the words thinking positive or don't be negative and all that sort of stuff, because it's just annoying, isn't it? But there's just this energy of, it sounds really corny, it's not as bad as you think. This too will pass. This is going to change. It's really positive. And then we move into this absolutely gorgeous card here. I love this card. It's one of my favourite versions of this card as well, because it's just, you know what I really like is the electricity and the rainbow that's created by the two hands when they come together. The aspect for this card is Venus in Cancer. And it's such a beautiful aspect. It's so simpatico. It's so full of love and understanding. So this is a union card, okay? It's like a beacon in a lot of rather quite difficult cards, isn't it? You know, we're not going to try and pretend that this is amazingly easy, because it's not. And when there's that amount, you've got Judgment in reverse, when there's that amount of karma knocking around a situation, it just isn't going to be easy. You know, this is not, it's not an easy ride. You never thought it would be. I would wager that from the minute you met this person, one, you knew it was special, but two, you knew it wasn't an easy situation. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups coming in here and just inviting itself into the reading, thank God. And we're just asking, tell us something that we don't know, and here it is. That this will pass, that this will lift, that this will change, that you can help that to happen, that there's great love in store for you here with the Two of Cups, amidst a very difficult backdrop, okay? That you're not nuts, that the connection is there. I like this, and it's very interesting to have this with the Hierophant in reverse. Very interesting. When you get the Hierophant in reverse, the Hierophant is the card of convention. It's the card of how things should be, how they ought to be, what we were expecting them to be, how we thought it would be, how Hollywood said it would be, the books said it would be, you know, how we grew up, it will be like this. This is what people do, conventional relationships. The vibe that I'm getting here about your specific person is a vibe of eccentricity. It's a vibe that this is not a particularly conventional relationship. It's not going to follow the conventional path. Now, that may be bad news to you if you are, you know, I don't know, an earth sign or something, and you want something. Actually, that's wrong. Earth signs get a bad press for kind of wanting something predictable. It could be any sign. Let's just scratch that. I'd like to scratch that from the record. Any sign. If you're wanting something super reliable, super predictable, with a timeline, you know, absolutely ting, 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 this is probably not it. Certainly not at the moment. You're in a period of flux with this person. I think this person is quite quiet as well, because they don't leap out in this reading. You know, it happens when you're doing a reading that people kind of appear in the reading and you think, ah, there they are. You know, that's them. That's what they're doing. That's how they feel, all the rest of it. And I don't necessarily get that vibe. I get a vibe of anxiety. I get a vibe of flux. I get a vibe of karma, the vibe of home. I get that electricity with the Two of Cups and that feeling of just that with the hands. Real coming together of equals and opposites, okay, an attraction. And then with the Hierophant, we give up the idea that it will follow up this ladder, that it will follow this path, that it will be conventional, that it will tick these boxes. It won't, and certainly not at the moment. And I bet you didn't entirely meet them in a conventional way either. Okay. What are some obstacles that are yet to play out, or that maybe I don't even know about at all? God, universe, honestly, is it not enough that we have Justice in reverse, but we're also going to have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? Something is keeping you apart from this person, and it's kind of divine timing and destiny and the universe, and it must be really frustrating. I quite like that, actually. Okay, obstacles. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Thanks, universe. The Wheel of Fortune always comes round again, obviously, to be in the upright because it's a wheel. This is not your fault. If you're asking yourself, why isn't this progressing how I want it to, it's not because of something you're not doing right. And also it's not because of something they're not doing right either. The universe can sometimes, and we don't know why, have great fun with holding back on the fortune and the justice and all of that stuff that would make this so easy. And the feeling that you have underneath of this should be easy. This should be easy, okay, is not unjustified, she said. But you have Justice in the reverse. 5 of Swords in the reverse, Venus in Aquarius. I like this in the reverse because it's difficult when it's in the upright. When 5 of Swords is in the upright, somebody is holding out a bit, somebody is playing games a bit, somebody is being quiet, and you may have experienced some of that. It's a feeling of not communicating your feelings adequately, or keeping them to yourself, or playing games, or not texting back, or whatever it is. because you're afraid. Remember the Fool in reverse? It's a fear card. When it goes into reverse, those energies are not having the power that they used to have. Then we have the Queen of Wands. I want to take another card for the Queen of Wands. So I'm going to take it from the light seers. Luke Valentine, you're on this card, sweetheart. Okay. We get 2 cards for the Queen of Wands. We get the King of Cups again, but he's in reverse, and the 8 of Wands. Communication coming in, message coming in. Probably from this King of Cups. Now, she's not in reverse. When I get the Queen of Wands in reverse, it can be a third-party card. But she isn't. Okay. So, I get for the Queen of Wands, now you could be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You're going to need to be very strong about this. And you're going to need to be very strong about your boundaries, where you stand, what you want, what you don't want. Because you will get communication from this person, from the King of Cups. And he may not be in his best frame of mind, because here he's in reverse and there he's in the upright, okay? 8 of Wands is emails, text messages, communications, Snapchat, whatever, snail mail, doesn't matter. Coming into you from this person. Maybe that they're not in a very good place at the moment, but you need to be in a good place at the moment. You need to be in the kind of strong position, because this person maybe can't be strong at the moment. So you need to maintain, and sometimes the Queen of Wands is known as the diva card, but it's not being a diva, it's actually holding steady, holding your identity, holding your position, so that you don't get swamped by this, because this energy is big. This connection is big. You're not wrong about that. You got your 2 of Cups, but by God, are you paying for that 2 of Cups? It's surrounded by complex narratives around this situation. Take yourself out of that for a minute and just be the strongest person you can be, the best version of yourself, the Queen of Wands. And even if you don't feel that way, fake it till you make it, because you will end up feeling that way. This is about you standing your ground, standing up for yourself. For example, if you're waiting for communication from this person, no double texting, nothing like that. Don't do any of that stuff. Not what the Queen of Wands would do. It's about staying firm, being strong, staying in your divaship, you know, male, female, doesn't matter. Staying in your strongest self. Because this Wheel of Fortune will change. This 9 of Swords will lift. The anxiety around this will improve. Mercury retrograde will help. Full moon in Pisces will bring the emotions that are needed to the surface. But until then, you need to be strong for the best outcome. Okay? Loving this. I am going to go and do the extended reading, and we are going to look at your person. How they feel. What's going on with them? Are there any secrets behind the scenes? Because I want to ask that question, because they're quiet. Okay, we're going to see if we can make them speak. Channeled messages from your specific person. Okay, we're going in for it. We're going in hot and heavy and hard. Okay, as the actress said to the bishop. Link is below in the description box. Really hope you enjoyed this reading. I will see you on the other side. Namaste.